Welcome back, everybody. We're at PAX East 2025. This is a video game convention for those that aren't aware. This is one that I've gone to quite a few times. So most recently, I went in 2024 as we passed a guy in a huge Warhammer costume. I saw that guy a couple times over the weekend. But yeah, most recently, I went to PAX East 2024. That was a ton of fun. At that time, me and my friend said, hey, it'd be cool if we got like an even bigger group to go. So in 2025, we brought all of our significant others down to this good city of Boston for the gaming convention for at least one day. So a lot of our friends, they dressed up in cosplay and had a good time on the Saturday. So this is Saturday on the show floor. As we're walking around, you guys see it's really packed. A ton of people wearing cosplay, a lot of people having fun. PAX East is, back when I used to go a long time ago, I would say maybe the video games were obviously the most dominant part of it. Most recently, though, it's the board games and the Magic has really taken over. A lot of the card games and stuff like that, too. So all good stuff, though, man. All ton of fun as we pass a lot of the vendors here up near the front of the show floor, the front left. And yeah, man, PAX East is a ton of fun. I definitely recommend going if you guys have the chance. If you don't live in the East Coast, maybe you got PAX West or is there PAX South? I'm not sure. There must be one in Texas, right? I can't remember. But this is on day one now. So that footage I was just showing you was on day 2, Saturday. On day 1, the first thing that everybody wanted to do, this is the day with no significant other. So the first thing we wanted to do, all the boys wanted to hit up the Magic section. There was like a get to learn how to play Magic sort of session going on. As we pass the Sky Bridge here, you guys can see the entire show floor, see how crowded it is on this Friday. Dune Awakening had a big presence here. Right now we're looking at the Devolver Digital booth. They had a new game called Mycopunk. Here I am playing a game called, I think it was called Hell Clock. It was a mix of Diablo and Hades. Two things I very much enjoy, so that was a lot of fun to try out. Also this game that was like Vampire Survivors mixed with Conan, that was pretty cool. And then this game where I think it's literally called Tire Boy, where you play as a tire boy just rolling around. We have some like Five Nights at Freddy's sort of horror games to try out. This one looked really interesting. It was a roguelike, first-person roguelike, I think, but with Adult Swim animation because the guy had previously worked on Adult Swim, so really, really cool stuff here. You smoke weed, you eat burgers, and you kill a bunch of skeletons, so that was one of the game modes they had on display. This booth was from, I think, Dread XP. Yeah, and they had a lot of like old retro-inspired stuff. So there was like a boomer shooter, kind of like a horror boomer shooter, and then this one, which is kind of like a Silent Hill, Resident Evil game with like PS1 graphics. This creeper was walking around all weekend. They had an entire booth that was just like a bunch of arcade machines. So that was really fun to walk through and get some stock footage from, some B-roll of. We had the Monkey Ball, the X-Men, there was a Spider-Man game, we had the Mario Kart. Back out on the show floor, I saw this I Hate This Place game, which for those that aren't aware, that's a comic book series from Kyle Starks. So that was pretty interesting to see they turned it into a video game. We got some co-op games like that racing game, that 4-player racing game, the sequel to Ultimate Chicken Horse. I would also say that cozy games took up a lot of this con too. So this one was kind of like a cozy puzzle game where you just run around this island solving puzzles. We get a couple games where you play as like an owl. This one's called Fly Guys, I believe. Yeah, Fly Guys. So yeah, cozy games, ton of cozy games to try out. This guy had an Ocarina booth. He was just selling them and he was jamming out too. My wife got to try out a ton of games too, so that was really fun to watch her try some new games. There was one where you play as like a tanuki delivering mail, I think. So that's pretty interesting. Here is just some footage of me and my wife just walking around. She wanted to do some like trinket shopping, so that's what we're doing here. Ton of vendors selling pins, earrings, art prints, different kinds of jewelry. So I also wanted to get my wife to try this game. This one was like a Corgi's A Short Hike. And then this game was pretty cool. It's Desktop Survivors. You play it right on top of your actual computer. Like it's an overlay that goes up on top of everything. And it's kind of like Vampire Survivors, but with a Windows 98 kind of vibe to it. Then also there was this game Vertigo that I wanted my wife to try, that I saw on Friday. I wanted to try on Saturday. But at the end of the day, man, here's the haul. That big board is something called Crokinole. I'll explain about that in a little bit, but we got, Vampire Survivors 98. We got some nice little magnets, some little pins, a couple little like skeleton army dudes. We got that Psychonauts vinyl. And then yeah, just some like art prints from some of the games that I saw that I didn't want to forget. But yeah, this Crokinole board, dude. So last year I played Crokinole for the first time, fell in love with it. I told my wife I needed a board, so that was a goal this year. But yeah, that was my PAX East. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics.